Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode 59. Where do we go from here? Well, we'll talk about that a bit more when we got to Monday Night Raw, I think. But welcome to the Wrestling Corner on this lovely Wednesday morning. First of all, how are you, Sam?
I'm doing all right, thanks. Yeah, another cracking day, so all good.
Yeah, but it's a great weather over in England. But this week, sort of in wrestling, I think there's been sort of two major announcements with Andrade being granted his release. And then also NXT moving to Tuesdays. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
No, I mean there was quite a bit happened on the Ring of Honor show, but obviously that's within like the context of Ring of Honor and not like anywhere else. No Andrade though.
No Andrade yet. He's a dirty little tease on his Twitter. He's a dirty little twist. Also, there's going to be no kickoff matches. Also, they want to save that big entrance for WrestleMania, which genuinely, I thought this and then I saw a tweet on Twitter which summed it up. Just imagine the kickoff panel goes and obviously no match, and we hear Michael Cole go, "Welcome to WrestleMania," and we're Banada. And then we find out that Drew's opening up the show. You hear the what's it called? The bagpipes. And like you think, okay, Drew's about to come out, and then you just hear "Out of Time. So say goodbye," and Drew comes out with Broken Dreams.
I don't like that theme.
Oh, Broken Dreams is incredible.
I don't think it suits him at the moment.
He probably doesn't, but it's Broken Dreams.
His default bagpipes, kilt wearing, sword carrying Scotsman thing is what he's doing.
But Broken Dreams, it's really good.
You really, also you just know they wouldn't do it because WrestleMania is like the mainstream event, and that'd like probably 100%. Like 10% of people would probably like latch onto that.
Oh, a million percent. But I'd absolutely love it. So no kickoff match, which is going to be very strange. I'm so used to a kickoff match on the pre-show that
it's all right. We'll just get an hour of Booker T, JBL, and Pete Rosenberg.
I tell you what, and it'll be Kayla, won't it? Because Charlie's got a full time with the ESPN, so basically she's out the door.
Might be Kevin Patrick.
Kevin Patrick, the new Irish lad. It might be R-Truth. He's a regular Raw Talk guy. They might put him on the pre-show. Oh. Maybe they'll have like a maybe 24/7 bit on it. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of some wrestling they'd have on it.
I reckon they might have like a match, but like they'll just cut to the ring and everyone's already there for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Maybe with no crowd.
Yeah,
maybe. Because I know they obviously the ones said that first entrance for the proper crowd was with like 40,000 people, which, by the way, we're a week away. It doesn't seem that possible. And I know that's true, but like I've looked at like with ticket sales and stuff, I just haven't heard much about it selling out or anything.
I'm in disbelief that WrestleMania is 11 days away.
Mentally,
there's only one more Raw before it. What?
We are literally a week away from like the pain of Mania week in terms of it's just wrestling for like every day for a week. Just I'm not complaining, but my God, is it a lot? But we'll move into AEW if you've got it loaded up and ready.
Have got the notes.
The Meat Man. Is his time to shine this week?
Yes, it was the Meat Man, but that was the main event. It started with Matt Sydal and Kenny Omega, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a Kenny Omega match in AEW. I'm surprised. The thing that's obviously Omega won. The thing I was surprised about was how much offense they gave Sydal.
Sydal wasn't a winning streak. So I tried to play into that.
But they let him get a lot in, and like there was that near fall where he reversed the one winged angel, with like a proper smooth transition, and like it was like it were a 2 count, but it was a 3 count.
Yeah, it was a slow count. I don't know. It's strange. I think you should have your champion competing on your main show, and I understand that, but sometimes I just think, was this match you needed? What did it achieve, really?
I don't know. It was a great match with the champion winning, and just a showcase for Matt Sydal because at times he's kind of felt just lost.
Is he even signed properly? Is he all elite? If we have the graphic,
I don't know. I've just presumed he is, but I don't think he is. I know Mike Seidel isn't.
But I say, because I'm not sure on that roster, like who is actually signed? Because I don't remember like elite like graphics for the Dark Order, like John Silver, Alex Reynolds, Alan Angels. I don't remember any graphics for them. But surely they'd be signed by now.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that they aren't. Yeah, they've got to be. But anyway, it was a hell of an opener. And then we followed it up with Hangman Page versus one of the MVPs of AEW Dark in recent times, Cesar Bononi.
Oh, you know what?
He's grown up.
Just a genuinely nice guy. Genuinely seems like a really nice guy as well, especially with everything that was going on Twitter this week.
Yeah, I've seen all that, and of course we can't forget he's a former NXT breakout star of the year.
He is.
He's physically, he's like impressive.
Fair play to him.
You know, so but it was pretty quick. Hangman Page, kind of like a squash match. They do these things, but what I like is in terms of squash matches, they don't just choose anyone. They always pick a guy who's been like excelling on the other shows to give him like some actual TV time.
Mm-hmm.
Which like
is it Dark who's been excelling on the Pier Avalon?
In the PPA. I'm sure they've got a name for the group, but I can't remember.
Any Pier Avalon Cesar, and is there one more?
Yeah, I feel like there is, but
who's the other guy? I can't remember.
I think at one point Ryan Nemeth was with them, but now he's with JD Drake.
Yeah, I think Bononi's getting signed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I remember when he was just like chilling in the crowd, and we were like, "Oh my god, it says Bononi. What a random guy to have on your books!" And now he's on TV.
So I have found the list of AW personnel. Alan Angels is signed. Alex Reynolds is signed. John Silver is signed. I'm just going through any strange ones that you think, but generally isn't. It's just the captain Sean Dean, but he was the most recent one. So fair play to them. Fair play to them.
Tony Schiavone interviews Britt Baker. Britt Baker just cuts promo on Thunder Rosa. Says it took Mick Foley 20 years to become a hardcore legend. She did it in one night. Yeah.
Simple stuff.
Britt Baker being good.
She's good. She's really good. I like her.
Then we had the Hollywood Blondes and Dante Martin of Top Flight against the Pinnacle. This was like the Pinnacle's like first proper tag match, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, the Pinnacle got a win, but wasn't like Dante Martin's hot tag like just one of the best? Like
Dante Martin is great.
I think 2 minutes.
Do you know when they signed Top Flight and not the Prestige? What are they called? The Acclaimed. Like they signed them at the same time. And it's strange just to think obviously I think both of them are injured, aren't they? Like one member of each is injured. It's meant to say that both of them are actually excelling quite well out of their teams. So Dante Martin is this really great babyface, and Max Caster has been Max Caster, who is great. I like Max Caster. But you know what I mean? Which is his real name as well, which it makes it even better. I don't know why.
Wait, Max Caster?
Yeah, his name is Maxwell Caster.
Oh, Matt. Yeah, he's a pretty cool man.
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of issues with notes here. Right, go down. After that, so Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus Luke Bros and Laredo Kid. Apparently, Laredo Kid had been in AEW before. I've got no memory of this.
Yes. Didn't he team with? Oh, this is going to be. Didn't he team with these guys before?
He did. He's the third man of the Lucha Brothers, but I never remember that happening in AEW. But sure. I mean, so you've got those. You've got the Young Bucks, and you've got Brandon Cutler. So no surprises who took the fall.
Yeah. Matt Jackson.
Yeah. Yes, of course it was Matt Jackson. It was Laredo Kid that got the win. It was a hell of a match. It was just wall to wall. Yeah, totally. And then out comes Kenny Omega, starts attacking Laredo Kid for kicking out of his Super One Winged Angel at Triple Mania. which I wish commentary referred to. But
yeah, I don't know whether there's sort of not risks, but in terms of you're sort of giving them promotion a bit, are you? If you mention all that.
Like Kenny's still like the AAA Mega Campion. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true. So, wait, is he still the champ?
Yeah.
I thought. Who's Leo Rush the champ of then? Is he like the cruiserweight champ?
He's like the cruiserweight version. I can't remember.
Right. Because I say you don't really see Kenny go around with the belt much.
No. I mean, even Leo Rush won it, I think, on MLW. Yeah, he did. Because he beat Laredo Kid for it. So.
Yeah.
And then it was announced that Cody and Brandy have got a reality show. Hooray!
Genuinely, I'm gonna watch it as well. I'm a Cody Rhodes fanboy, but yeah, I'll watch it. It'll be good. Fairness, I watched Total Divas, which was another great show.
So did I, but I was like, I look back and I go, why? Why did I watch that?
Oh, it's 100% a waste of time. It brought nothing to anything. But it was just Total Divas, weren't it? You got to see legends recreate like Eva Marie and JoJo.
Yeah, I think they still do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Still going. I mean, WWE have sacked that off, haven't they? They don't promote that in the slightest.
Oh, by the way, it's completely off topic, but you know, like trading cards are a big thing, like in America and even in England now. So I was looking at buying some. I've got a couple. I've got like the NXT one, the 2021. So I got a signed autographed Kyle O'Reilly mat from NXT Takeover, one of them, and I got a Candice LeRae autograph. Looks really good. But there's one, I think it's in the WWE Fully Loaded set, and where you pay, I think it's 120 quid, but you only get one card. It's encased and everything, and it's a guaranteed relic, so you might get a chair from a TLC. How creepy is this?
That's quite cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They do kiss cards.
What do you mean by that?
So they get the female, of course the female, to kiss a piece of paper with lipstick on, and then they sell that card.
Oh, that is odd.
It's odd, isn't it? The thing is, I really want to buy one, like the packs. I really want like a relic, like a table or something from a TLC. You know what I mean? But also, I don't want to get a kiss card because how fucking creepy is that? Do you know, just having a look? That's weird.
Yeah, but you know there'll be some people out there who proper want one of them. It's like
100%.
It's like the people who like buy warm gear, and it's like that is
odd. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
so it's a thing I'll never understand.
Fingers crossed you don't get one of them, I guess.
I can't get a kiss card when near you.
Nyla Rose Tay Conti, and this was Tay Conti's coming out party.
She's great.
This was it. I'm sure I've been sort of not championing her for a while, but even in NXT, there was something about her. As I've said before, I really wanted them to put her with the Undisputed Era. I
remember you saying you wanted her to be the other member.
And then she was with Arturo Ruas and Cesar Bononi, and that never went anywhere.
The Brazilian sort of section, yeah.
And she's got one of the best pump kicks probably that I've ever seen.
Was it on Dark this week or Elevation of her pump kick? I don't know who it was. It was a Brooke Havoc maybe, or she out injured. But whoever it was a meaty kick.
Yeah, it was. The sound on it. I think everyone's sort of well on board with Tay Conti now, which is great.
100%.
The Nyla Rose Vicky Guerrero thing. What do you think they had in mind when they first did it?
I genuinely don't know. I still don't know what they're doing. Like, obviously, it's not like they're being the elite stuff they're doing, which I also don't get. But it doesn't click for me. I'll be honest. I don't really understand the partnership. I feel like Nyla Rose probably does need a mouthpiece, but is Vicky Guerrero that?
But Vicky Guerrero isn't even a mouthpiece. She doesn't say anything.
Yeah. I suppose it's that established name to have there alongside it that make her more have this like well-known heel manager.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Vicky Guerrero, but it has missed. But Tay Conti wins, so that's all that matters.
That's
really.
a dub all around.
And then wasn't there just like a massive brawl afterwards where like Butcher, Bunny Blade all come down. Hardy says they've been overlooked for too long. and stood tall at the end of it. So, and then we had the main event.
I'm guessing, by the way, we're getting Hardy's crew versus the Dark Order. Would be a thinking. I'm just trying to think because like Ty Conti's buddy buds with Dark Order because of Anna, yeah. And then so I suppose that possibly
blood and guts match.
I want one, but I think that's a different feud in AEW.
Okay.
I think it's I think that's the Inner Circle Pinnacle.
Yeah, so do I. To be honest, that was the one we're going to go for.
Which would be great anyway. Which would be a really good match.
And then main event: Darby Allin versus the Meat Man, Johnny Silver.
Good, Johnny Silver.
We love the Meat Man.
We love the Meat Man.
So yes, as it says here, Johnny was hungry early. JR just loves him some Johnny Hungry. Of all the things you can't get on board with, and he sounds really bored for, that guy loves saying Johnny Hungry.
Because it's Johnny Hungry. I thought the thing is, it's nothing new, is it? A wrestler going Johnny Hungry. Like, well, it's not a thingy, but it isn't wrestling. Like, legit, is it? But it just clicks when a wrestler's going, Johnny's hungry. He's hungry for a win. He's great, John Silver. All the Dark Order are really good, but John Silver's great. Yeah,
John Silver's just funny, but like when he gets going, he's in matches. He can wrestle properly.
Yeah,
good. Yeah. So Sting comes out at some point just to sort of I think even the numbers against Dark Order.
Sting.
I don't know. John Silver went for the Brody Lee powerbomb, and that ended up losing him the match. I wasn't sure. I mean, I know it's the way Darby Allin matches work that he gets like battered for 80% of the match and then picks up a win. But I wasn't sure about beating John Silver with a code red. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know about you, but have you been like happy with Darby's run as TNT champion? Like, do you think it's been good?
Yeah, I do. I think it had like his music hits. I still get excited. He comes out. I'm like, oh, that guy right there, like he's cool. But it's in the matches when, as we say, he just takes all the offense and just picks up a win, and it's like, no, he should be on the front foot a bit more.
I feel like he doesn't need the belt to do what he's doing currently. Do you know what I mean?
He's ratings go up though when he's on screen.
Does it?
Like, yeah, like the main event for this, unless it's John Silver, that's the draw.
It is obviously John Silver.
Viewership significantly went up, and I think that's on Darby Allin.
Maybe people are more interested in Darby Allin than I thought. Yeah. I didn't think. Surprisingly, I didn't think people were. Maybe that's just because I'm not.
You're not what?
I'm not that into Darby Allin.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he's probably one of my favourite guys. As it says here, in recent weeks, AEW have been under fire for targeting veterans like Christian Cage and Paul White, but this was a showcase of the two brightest young stars. I think it's even a bit much like AEW's come under fire for signing those guys, because at the end of the day, Christian Cage has had 2 promos, and Paul White is a commentator, and he's like barely been on Dynamite. Like,
I was about to say, Paul White hasn't appeared on Dynamite since they announced Dark Elevation.
I would say it's hardly like they're putting over the old guys.
No, I think it's. I don't like that they obviously signed a lot of former WWE guys, but I know that's the way they've got to make money. You know what I mean?
Like, I do like it. I think it's bringing all. At the end of the day, everyone's worked for another company at some point. In your 100%. Opening, you still got no fans in arenas. You might as well bring in the big names whilst you can. Use them to enhance the product, and once they've all sort of faded away in about 5 years, then you'll have your own proper new superstars.
Yeah,
like I think it's totally fun because look, you got Kenny Omega as your champ, you got Darby Allin as your TNT champ, the Bucks as tag champs, and Shida as the women's champ. None of them are ex-WWE guys.
Exactly. Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with you there. not that I want to see what happens, but it'd be interesting to see in a couple of years. I think Andrade is one of the biggest ones now because fans will be clamoring for him to get signed because, well, he's Andrade. But it's that thing of, do they risk saying, oh, look, do the big guy goes, you sign him, but it's like, it's Andrade.
The only people who would know about Andrade signing for AEW is the people who don't watch AEW and can't bring themselves to do it out of bitterness.
Yeah.
No one with their head screwed on would complain, like genuinely.
Yeah, but it's wrestling fans, isn't it? Wrestling fans always like to have something to complain about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good main event. It's a really good main event. What are they building to? What is their next pay-per-view? Would it be
double or nothing?
Is it double or nothing?
Yeah. End of.
When do you think Kenny loses his belt? I was just thinking. Surely, are you thinking a really long reign? Because I know he's facing Rich Swann, isn't he?
Yeah, first show back with Hangman Page with fans.
I imagine.
I don't know when that is, but I think they'll just drag it out until that point. But I don't even think that's for like a year yet.
A full capacity? No.
No, I mean just like I don't think they'd take the belt off Kenny. Like,
oh right, no,
it feels like he's in the middle, just of his lengthy title reign, and no one's going to come close. Really, Christian Cage ain't taking it off him.
No,
because you know they're building to that match at some point.
I think the Christian Cage match is genuinely just the one that is like, oh look, this is Christian. We've got him in our books now. We'll use him when we need.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever going to be that guy that they'll go to. Oh, when Christian Cage will have a 5-star classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know though. Look, this guy's not wrestled for what? Nearly 10 years? No, 6-7 years. Like, if he's been working, like, just, I guess, training, I reckon, especially if he's on a part-time schedule, I reckon he's got a couple of, like, 4.5-star matches in him.
And in fairness, Christian's not going to lose it, is he? He's Christian at the end of the day.
Yeah, like, he's... I mean, I think he's not the youngest guy, but I think he's like 44 or so.
Yeah.
Like,
he's capable, but he's in good shape. It's not like he's an overweight, like, old vet.
Yeah.
Also, did you see the Hall of Fame was being taped?
No.
I didn't even know it. No, I presumed the Hall of Fame was going to be live. No, the 2020 class Hall of Fame got taped because there's a photo went round. And it might be the funniest photo. In my head, it was because it was like all these Hall of Fame legends. You had Vince and Triple H on the side. You had the Bella Twins. You had Hulk Hogan. You had NWO. And Titus was there.
Yes.
I just love that Titus is just on the end of it. Bless Titus.
Yeah. Titus O'Neill's the man.
He is the man. I feel so sorry for him, though. It's like anytime Hulk Hogan's on screen, put Titus with him to try save face. Because that's what they do. It's quite sad.
You know when you're on about the Drew McIntyre thing at the start, about his music is the one that's going to open WrestleMania?
You say thinking it's Hulk Hogan?
I am. You're damn right.
Imagine.
He's the host. They're not going to do Oorah primetime players music, are they?
That would be funny, wouldn't it? That would be really funny. I think they're opening with one of the big wrestlers. I don't know who it is. I think it's Drew. And that first thing is them that Scottish bagpipes playing, him coming out, putting the sword, laying down the challenge for Lashley. Lashley comes out. And
he's definitely winning, isn't it? I'm just imagining it now. Drew is definitely winning.
I do feel so sorry because, I mean, after this week, if we're sticking in kayfabe, Lashley definitely doesn't deserve to win. After abandoning the hurt.
I'm just thinking, like, Lashley's WrestleMania theme, like, Lashley's got one of the deadest themes in the WWE right now.
Oh, it's one of the most generic. I don't even like Drew's. Drew's isn't even that good if you think about it.
It's different though, isn't it? It makes him stand out. You hear the music.
When you hear it, you go, oh, okay.
Drew. You hear Lashley's just droning like... dun, 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 dun.
Come on, Lashley. He's great, isn't he, Bobby? It's going to be... Mania's going to be very strange. It's like 2 nights again, but I just don't see, like... I don't know that when we do the predictions next week, I don't know what some of the results are going to be. Just because it's crowds there, are they going to book differently because of crowd?
Yeah.
It would be really interesting to see.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to watch when I wake up on the Sunday morning first. Genuinely, whether I'm going to watch WrestleMania or Impact Hardcore Justice.
For God's sake. I know what it should be.
Definitely Hardcore Justice. I don't think they've booked any matches for it yet.
Well, that's
just trying to program it for the sake of it.
Because obviously, next Wednesday is TakeOver, Thursday is TakeOver, Friday is Hall of Fame and SmackDown, then it's 2 nights of WrestleMania. Oh, that's going to be a long week. That's going to be a very long week.
I'm just looking now at the first. I know we'll come on to it, but yeah, so they've announced 2 matches for Hardcore Justice, which is not the pay-per-view. This is the Impact Plus special that no one's going to watch.
No one's going to watch. It's on the same night as Mania.
And because no one's going to watch, they've only gone and booked a title versus career match.
What? Who?
Deonna Purrazzo and Jazz.
Jesus. Who is Jazz?
Jazz? You know who's winning that, don't you?
Jazz, 100%. Getting the belt.
And they've also booked a knockout #1 contenders weapons match between it's just a 6-pack challenge between Jordan Grace, Susan, Tenille Dashwood, and a few others. But yeah, title versus career. Bloody hell.
Hold up, sorry, I was just looking. I've got the wrong NXT shop. Hold up. We're ready to go soon.
There's always Stark and Io Shirai versus Dakota and Raquel.
Yeah, where is it? Where's the show?
Dakota and Raquel. Dakota and Raquel will win. It was fine. What do you think is going to happen with Zoe Stark? Because the positioning is quite high up, but I feel like her gimmick is I am indie wrestler.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really get it. I get her. I don't want to say I don't understand how she's sort of being portrayed as this big star. Just because I don't think she.
I am confused how high they've put her on the card straight away. Not because she's bad or anything, but just because
there's no character. There's no character.
Yeah. Well, that's my issue with NXT, isn't it?
And then, unfortunately, Simon, I do have to say, Bronson Reed defeated LA Knight.
This happened. I was like, okay, interesting match. LA Knight's probably going to win because, second match. But Bronson, you're going to beat Bronson Reed? Oh, that's a shame. No. Frog Splash. What? Tsunami. LA. I mean, he's in the Battle Royal next week, which is fine. But, oh, man. That's LA Knight done. Not done, but
LA Knight in the mud. Do
you not get EC3 vibes?
Oh, I get major EC3 vibes, but at least EC3 won on NXT.
Yeah, but
LA Knight's got time. He's got time.
He did, but he didn't. What can you tell me about EC3? What big matches did EC3 win in NXT?
Oh crap! When did the North American champion?
Oh, he might have been. I don't know.
It might
I feel like he never really hit the height he should have done.
100%. Oh, he could have been a main star. I'm just looking out EC3. Return to 3. Go on.
This wrote it. Yeah, it was just obviously it's Howard. I'm biased. Of course, I'm going to be disappointed that LA Knight lost. But yeah, I mean, he cut his promo beforehand as well. He reeled off all the lines. It's not an insult. It's a fact of life. Loads of yeahs. Yeah. Although afterwards, I did like Johnny Gargano going into William Regal's office with his belt high up on the waist and clearly explaining the exact rules of next week's match. Being like, so I've got to in a gauntlet match, which means 12 guys. Just word for word.
Yeah.
And then just yelling, are you cuckoo bananas?
I like him. He's so the way are great. I really like the way.
Who's winning that Battle Royal? Because there's a lot. So
obviously this is next week. How many people?
Well, it's tonight, isn't it?
It's tonight. So then next week on night 1, it's the gauntlet match, and then night 2, it's the match against Gargano, in it.
Oh, is that at TakeOver? Sorry.
I think so. So I don't know how. But I don't know how it works unless I'm wrong. How does it work? Okay, hold on, but I can figure it out.
I don't know myself, but so long as I was going to say, LA Knight gets the win, but definitely. And will compete to determine who will earn a spot in the Gauntlet Elimination match on night 1 of NXT Stand and Deliver. The last man standing in the Gauntlet Eliminator match
will face Johnny Gargano. So basically, the Battle Royale today is setting up the people who are going to be in the Eliminator match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I think that's how it's working. But also, tonight it's Dexter Lumis, Austin Theory, Pete Dunne, LA Knight, it's August Gray. It's Tyler Rust, Cameron Grimes, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Jake Atlas, Bronson Reed, Roddy Strong, Dexter Lumis, Kushida, Leon Ruff. Right, let's say it's 6 that go through. Who are the 6?
I mean, I've not got it in front of me, but
you think Pete Dunne wins it? Then wins the gauntlet match?
Yeah, Pete Dunne, Austin Theory.
Roddy Strong. Loomis. Reed Grimes. No, because that leaves Kushida out.
Kushida over Grimes.
Yeah. Grimes tries to pay someone off with his money.
Oh, no LA Knight.
No LA Knight. I know, I can't believe you didn't back in.
I should have realised they were never going to do anything for him when they debuted him on a kickoff show.
I'm about to say you never know, there's still time. I think we've said that about a lot of wrestlers.
Then after that we had right, so have you seen that meme of Oney Lorcan looking at a certain part of Scarlett's body?
No.
Right, basically,
I'm on Twitter now.
Doing the promo last week, it's clear where Oney Lorcan is looking, and then it was and then the match against Karrion Kross was made for the week after. It was Oney Lorcan, you are a dead man.
Okay, hold up. Where's the image? But okay, I have just seen a tweet that just said this was for last week. Also, Rip to Oney Lorcan probably shouldn't have stared at Scarlett's friends. I can probably guess. Yeah. Oney was a horny man.
So Oney Lorcan.
That was good.
And I guess Karrion Kross just got the win.
Are you interested by Cross?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
I said last week, if he's not in the main event team, I'm not interested. But as soon as he is, I'm straight back.
Really? I'm not the biggest fan of him.
It's not at this point. I don't know what's changed, but I'm not even that bothered about the matches. It's all of the imagery and everything that goes with it.
That's the thing. I'm not a fan of his matches or him as a wrestler. Everything that surrounds it, the entrance, the attire, the backing, Scarlett coming with him, everything about that is great. But I just don't find myself interested in the match.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I'm just not the biggest fan of his wrestling style. But
I think this is fine. The issue is when he goes 25 minutes in a main event with Keith Lee, a Karrion Kross match should not go any longer than 15 minutes at most.
No, it should be fast paced. The other person playing fast pace, but Cross decimating him.
Move. You know, don't drag, I know NXT like to have really long matches, but that ain't what Karrion Kross. Use him to his strengths, and I think he's money.
Yeah,
I'm well prepared. I'm well prepared for that to come back and bite me when he puts on a snooze fest with Balor. But
it'll be very boring. Walter murdered Drake Maverick, basically.
Oh, poor Drake Maverick. They really haven't got up for him.
No, they did the thing with Killian Dane, and then that was it.
But is that not still the same thing though? Because he's still got that music, you know.
Yeah, I presume he's still there, but
what are they doing with Killian Dane?
No? He's been lingering, hasn't he?
I think he's just floating. I kind of forget about him, to be honest. Send him to NXT UK.
He probably didn't want to go over there. His life's over here, which is such a shame. But because I think he'd be well appreciated in NXT UK.
Nikki Cross hasn't been on TV for about 4 years. Just
very true.
Very true. Both back over there. Now, obviously, you can't just move people continents because you feel like it. But I don't know.
But it might bring. I don't know. It might bring some new viewership to NXT UK.
I was just gonna say I totally forgot Nikki Cross existed until this week because she hadn't been on main event for a while, and it was when Carmella was like, "You gave us 10 minutes in 3 hours," and the replies were listing all the women on the Raw roster that just weren't on. I was like, "Oh my god,
it's bad, isn't it?"
It is very bad.
It's very bad. It's going to be bad. Shots Black Ant and Moon defeated Mercedes Martinez and Ilya. Sure.
Mercedes. I thought Mercedes Martinez had moved on from
so do I. But I mean, it was a generous offer apparently.
She was with the Rob Stone brand, and then she was challenging for the NXT Women's title.
And now she's back with Rob Stone.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing. Apparently, it was a generous offer. It was enough to entice Mercedes Martinez. So he's paid her. He's paid her off with his fucking millions of dollars. One match that I'm very looking forward to. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin defeated Kushida, which is a shame because I don't like Jordan Devlin. But my God, we're getting a ladder match for the Cruiserweight belt. Oh, yes.
I didn't like this.
Oh.
Here you've got Devlin, regardless of what you think of him. They're building him up big. Santos Escobar, big star, pretty much undefeated since he won the belt.
Yeah.
Apart from the stuff with Karrion Kross. They're staring off. They're ready for the big match. But then, here comes HBK to remind you that every single wrestler in the modern era is just playing a parody of what happened in the 90s. Why do we need the big music and the throw a ladder in the ring? This isn't how humans behave.
This is how wrestlers behave, Sammy, the business.
He's trying to make it a ladder match, but I didn't like the pomp and circumstance around, And here's HBK, Shawn Michaels. Yeah.
I kind of like if the music hit as Shawn Michaels came out and said, "I've just had a word with William Regal." Obviously, it wouldn't go, "I've just had a word with William Regal. It's just going to be a ladder match." No, but if it goes, "I've just talked to William Regal. You two, you can only settle this one way in a ladder match." Boom, the graphic pops up above him.
Why can't we just get Devlin in like one of them's office, or he comes back and comes out and says in his promo, he punctuates it by going, "I've spoken to HBK," and it's a ladder match, like.
Well, I suppose if they wanted HBK to come out, just have him come out, say it's a ladder match. It's the only way you two will settle your differences. Boom, have the graphic up. HBK goes out, perfect. That's it. You didn't need him coming in and going, "Guys, I'm putting a ladder in the ring now, so you know." It's a bit stupid. And then what the main event was, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole agreed to an unsanctioned match at Stand and Deliver. Well, that's just going to be an awful match, isn't it? It's just going to be two guys beating the shit out of each other.
Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah. I feel like I'm not feeling it. Because I don't know. It's just going to be like big blood feud. Is it going to be? I think I fear that they're going to have half an hour and a million kickouts, and this should just be like a fight that goes about 10 minutes. Just battering each other constantly. It shouldn't be, "Oh, I hate you. Oh, we can't. We've got the police involved. Here's like a
slow myth."
Yeah.
I don't think it should be like a 10-minute match. I think a 20-minute match, but of both guys. I think what I just want to say is using different stuff. Typically in WWE or wrestling, when you get probably WWE, when you get like an unsanctioned match or something, they do everything you can do in like a TLC match or something. They go backstage. I want to see something a bit unique. You know what I mean? I don't mind it going a bit longer if possibly. I don't know, Adam Cole locks Kyle O'Reilly in a car, drives him to a different location, and they have a fight there. I want to see something a bit different. Will NXT talk about a crowd as well?
No.
I couldn't remember if they had a crowd or not. Well, in fairness, they've had a small one, haven't they, anyway?
Yeah. I'm not feeling the match or the feud. I don't know. There's something about Kyle O'Reilly as a babyface singles guy that just doesn't connect.
I just don't think it clicks.
I think it's the fact that not much has really changed. Like, Adam Cole is still Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly is still Kyle O'Reilly, but now he's just a metalhead.
Yeah. I think with characters, I think we're going to have to wait after Mania. Because like something will happen, one of them will change, but I don't know what happens after Mania with all these feuds going on, because I don't see a plan.
What, for NXT?
Yeah, I just don't know like what your next feud is after. And obviously they'll build it, but who's your next big star? Is it
Karrion Kross?
Is it Karrion Kross?
It is Karrion Kross. It's absolutely Karrion Kross.
Okay.
I'm trying to think whether they've signed anyone recently, but I don't think we're really waiting for anyone to debut.
No, not off the top of my head.
No. I mean,
it seems good.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking about like other guys like Bo Dallas has now been off TV for 17 months. Like, can we bring him back to NXT? Even if he just turns into like Tyler Breeze, and he was like, just mid card tag guy. Like, it's just better than doing no on main, innit? At least he can contribute something.
Yeah, but
main don't need him.
I don't think anyone would be excited though. You know what I mean?
I think they would be though, because do you remember when all the vignettes for Ember Moon were playing and people were like, "Oh my god, it's Bo Dallas! We're gonna get original Bo Dallas."
You
reckon he's been flattened out to that extent?
I feel like when we get teasers, I think yes, that this is great. I think like, oh, this is thing, but I think once push comes to shove, people will go, "Oh, it was Bo Dallas." I don't think people would tune in to watch, like, would go, "Oh, I need to see what Bo Dallas is going to do." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not star, but I don't think it'd take much to rebuild him. I really don't. Even to just like a decent level, but that North American title scene is already stacked, so they've just got too many wrestlers. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Fair play. It'll be interesting what happens. That was NXT though. Good show. Really, it was a good show. It had bits that you think they're just going to take all these shows that we're talking WWE shows. They're just going to take over. Is what they are doing.
Yeah.
But do you want to do your rundown?
I'll do Impact. So again, because I've not watched Impact, this is last week's Impact, so there will be no Kenny Omega and Johnny Swinger.
I'll just go get a drink.
Palace.
Kenny.
So on the pre-show, because yes, Impact does pre-shows now. Tasha Steelz defeated Alicia Edwards. Sure. On the main show, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Jazz. Sure. Because the week before, it was that massive 12-woman tag match, and Deonna Purrazzo. No, it was Jazz. Jazz got the fall because she tapped out Kimberly, which got her. I'm pretty certain it was Was it non-title? Yeah, it was non-title. And Deonna Purrazzo got the win after. Sorry, I'm just waving at someone. After Susan hit Jazz with a shoe because she's Susan. Hello.
Right, mate. So I went to go get a drink.
All right.
Got me, sir.
Right, yeah. Wait, did you hear me? Yeah. So Deonna Purrazzo won because Susan hit her with a shoe because
fucking Susan, man.
And
they'll call her a bitch then. She's not a bitch.
I was just about to say Shinsuke versus Seth, but that's SmackDown. Never mind. That would have been a hell of a match on Impact.
It would have been a great match. Ace
Austin versus TJP. So, yeah, it's a rematch from, I think it was Sacrifice 2 weeks ago. Well, that don't feel like it was 2 weeks ago. It was just X Division. Pretty, I'd say, best match on the card. Yes, it went 15 minutes, and then TJP got the win because Madman Fulton made an interference.
Yeah.
But then who came down to save TJP? It was Josh Alexander. So that's a tag match that happened last night.
Yay.
Yeah. It's all right. Impact are doing pretty good stuff, but a lot of it does feel kind of filler. Then we had a sit-down interview with Matt Cardona, always ready. Matt Cardona said he came to Impact because all he's ever wanted to do is be a pro wrestler. He ran through the list of people who've impressed him since his debut at Hard to Kill before he transitioned onto the topic of Brian Myers. Cardona says he didn't come to Impact to follow Brian Myers or steal the spotlight, and he ended by challenging his podcast partner to a one-on-one match.
Oh.
So
it's going to be fun.
You can tell they've obviously requested it. They've if we come in, then we're definitely having a match together.
Fairness, genuine. Don't blame them.
I don't. I'm sure they'll have good chemistry, won't they? So.
Yeah,
I reckon
it's just a shame, isn't it? That
not rebellion.
Yeah, I mean, not a shame, but I'm just sitting they haven't really done much with them, but I know it's obviously hard because of, well, they're not the biggest stars. I feel like Impact, not with Shafter, but I genuinely don't think they needed them to.
Who, Cardona and Myers?
Yeah.
Myers has slotted in well, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose someone who's done so much from the outside, you haven't really heard much as off about Zack Ryder.
Cardona, I think he's there on a short term.
Yeah.
Because he's only been there since January.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, he signed at Hard to Kill, the pay-per-view in January, whereas Myers has been there since Slammiversary back in July.
It feels like a while. Like it's so long.
It really does. After that we had backstage segment. What's his name? Trey Miguel. He's proper like raging because he got beat by Sammy Carlin last week. And he sees a gym bag and lobs it against a wall. And then Larry D comes over and says, that's my gym bag. Trey Miguel says, I don't care, that's your gym bag, because he's raging. Says he wants a match with Larry D tonight. Tommy Dreamer comes in and books the match for Hardcore Justice, and it's going to be Trey Miguel versus Larry D in an exploding barbed wire death match.
Oh, fuck's sake!
And then they joke and say, obviously that's not going to happen. And then not Larry D, sorry. And then he booked Trey Miguel versus his tag partner, AC Romero, for later in the night.
Okay.
Then we had a VT for Swingers Palace where Johnny Swinger called himself a white meat babyface, which was enough for me. You don't need to know any more than that.
Then the thing is, just Swinger is great, and he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. Johnny Swinger should be an old guy who maybe comes in for one match, not a squash match, but quite a convincing win. No,
he's on the show every week, but he's always in the comedy segment. He's great. The entire 90 seconds. You've got Alicia Edwards playing the role of the woman who's just sort of lost everything playing poker. Johnny Bravo says, that Swingers Palace has helped him turn his life around after he got shot at his own wedding. Great stuff.
I can't believe he got. I still love that. In last year, we had a shooting angle at a wedding, and no one blinked an eyelid.
No. Well, if you want more Impact ridiculousness, we had Falabah versus Rohit Raju, which was set up because a few weeks ago, Falabah blew all his money at Swingers Palace. So he got escorted out by the Swingerellas, which now he's got no money. He's sleeping rough, isn't he? So he was sleeping under a table in the Impact hallways, and then Rohit Raju comes along and says, you're a joke. You lost all your money. Find somewhere to live or sleep, not in the hallways. Which just set up a match. It's a silly way to set it up, but it did make me laugh. Paul Falabah. Rohit Raju got a quick win. Well, it is his fault. He lost all his money.
True, but it's the swingman's fault if you're thinking about it realistically.
But yeah, it was a quick win for the mocha-skinned Manimal, which is Rohit Raju's quality nickname, 10 out of 10. Just had to call himself the Manimal. And then we have...
by the way, I'm going around calling myself that now. From now on, I'm going to call myself the Manimal.
The Manimal.
I want everyone to know.
Kenny Omega's promo. So this seemed to go on and on and on. So we had the 69 we done on AW.
Yes.
We had a couple of other classic lines. I don't know if you saw them.
I haven't seen any.
Okay, so yeah, Don Callis recalls the conversation between Kenny Omega and Rich Swann. And then we watch a highlights package of Kenny Omega hitting a load of one-winged angels. And Don Callis says he's ready and willing to do whatever it takes to ensure the success and the legacy of Kenny Omega. And then he says he's willing to suck the hands off anyone who wants to get in the way of Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega's just there going, suck him, Don! Suck him! Suck him! Like he says it like 5 times. It's great.
For God's sake.
And then Don Callis reels off the list of people Kenny Omega's better than, and he says Lou Thez, Ric Flair, Kota Ibushi.
No, he's when I've seen that he's when he's going like Kenny just came and said, list them all, and Don goes, and Kota Ibushi goes, that one's true. Kota, I was like, you dirty little
better than Fez, better than Flair. Oh yeah, it's like Kenny Omega's like ad libs in the background that just yeah.
It sounds like a thing like, you go, Don, you go. Yeah, that's me. You had me up. Go on.
Was a big fan of Kenny Omega ending the promo by going, I know the Impact pay-per-view in 2 weeks. It's got a name.
He just doesn't know.
He basically just says that no one will pry the Impact and the TNA world titles. He will win at Rebellion from him until he's cold and dead on the ground. Because not only is it title versus title, Impact versus AEW, because at Sacrifice, Rich Swann won the TNA world title from Moose. There's 3 titles on the line.
Oh, for God's sake, is it the fake? Not the fake title, because it got registered as a title, but
it's the Kenny Omega belt collector gimmick. He's now winning 8 titles that Moose bought off eBay.
Well, do you know what this means, Simon?
Go on.
It means that, well, if Kenny's collecting belts and a certain other man is collecting belts and a certain other man's in a tournament in the American, maybe he wins that tournament. We could get Kenny Omega versus Leo Rush. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm just saying. The MLW or the
AAA.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'd be down for that for sure.
Same.
Yeah. Then we had Trey Miguel versus AC Romero. Trey Miguel won. And then lights went out. Sami Callihan shows up. So this was weird. So Trey Miguel defeated AC Romero, but then Larry D came in, started beating down Trey Miguel after the match. Lights went out. Sami Callihan came in, and instead of beating down Trey Miguel, he helped him and started beating up Triple XL. And then the lights went out and he disappeared.
Oof.
So
sneaky.
Trey Miguel is he's so confused.
What's going on? What's going on with Trey?
And then we had the main event. Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun versus Eddie Edwards, which was all right. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember how this match came about, but it was pretty good. And the finish came when I think Eddie Edwards just went into the ropes and Luke Gallows hit him with a chair. Ref didn't see it. Carl Anderson got the win, and then afterwards, Finn Juice appeared on the Tron live from Japan and said that they're going to be there to defend the titles at Impact Rebellion.
Go Finn Juice.
So, and that was the end of the show. And I think just at the end, it was announced that James Storm was going to have his 1000th match in Impact Wrestling against Eric Young.
Yeah, I saw that. I know. I saw that. They might have brought us someone back. I can't remember who it was. But...
And it doesn't sound like it's gone too well at all because Eric Young's done his ACL and he's now out for 6 to 9 months.
Fucking hell. That's what happens when you get old.
I'm going to say that's the thing as well. He'll be in his 40s. I can't imagine recovery at that point is the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying. He's obviously the leader of Violent by Design.
Either they'll just get a new leader, or I just think he'll just fall out of storylines.
Confused Cowboy takes over. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Dalton Castle's re-signed with Ring of Honor.
Cool. Yeah, after his big win at the 19th anniversary, which we'll come on to.
No.
Right. So, not yet. It's MLW time.
Oh, right.
So Gino Medina defeated Zenshi Shaw. My guy Mil Muertes defeated a guy called Gringo Loco, who, sure, he's Gringo Loco. Calvin Tankman defeated a member of the Sentai Death Squad in a minute. It was a really quick squash match. And then in the main event, so when I said it was the chain rope match, and we were like,
yes.
What's that? It is what it is. The ropes are made of chains.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the Von Erichs defeated Violence is Forever. Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo. It was all right. MLW have got one of their special episodes tonight, called Never Say Never, and it is Jacob Fatu versus Calvin Tankman for the title.
I know who Jacob Fatu is, but I don't remember Calvin Tankman.
Heavyweight hustle himself.
Also,
2 good boys.
Great pay-per-view name.
Never Say Never.
Yeah, just one of the best, what's it called, Justin Bieber songs.
So yeah, that'll be all right. Good thing about MLW special episodes is they're still on Wednesdays, and they're still an hour long. It's just like a special episode of TV. You know, it's not anything else that you've got to fit in. Right, 205 are on a bit of a dead streak at the moment. Davari and Nice defeated the Singh brothers. And August Gray defeated Ashanti the Adonis. Sure. Dark Elevation. Is there anything of note in the 15 matches they put on?
15?
I watched it all. It was 2 hours 24 yesterday.
Why?
I don't know. Thank God what else going on. Orange Cassidy debuted his new music. It took John Moxley over 5 minutes to tap out a guy called Bill Collier.
Yeah, I saw that. Good Bill.
Frankie Kazarian beat Danny Limelight. Ethan Page got a win over Fuego del Sol. Tay Conti teamed with Shida. They got a win. Rima Zanami got a win. And then in the 2 main events, Private Party defeated Bear Country. And Scorpio Sky defeated Mike Seidel in the main event. And then afterwards, Scorpio Sky continued the beatdown. In came Matt Seidel to make the save. But then who runs down to help Scorpio Sky? Ethan Page.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I don't know where the link comes in between them two, but okay.
No, I don't. But after watching 2.5 hours of Dark Elevation, I was kind of happy for a bit of storyline to be developed, to be honest.
He said he's hoping in the space of 2.5 hours they maybe do a little bit of storyline.
Yeah. NXT UK. Right, so yeah, Joe Connors beat Jack Stars. Sure.
Good job, Connors.
So we've got a new tag team now. So it's no longer the Hunt with Primate and Wild Boar.
Okay.
Primate is now teaming with. So he was called Tyson T-Bone.
Yes, I remember. Is he the German guy?
No, he's a gypsy. That's kind of his thing.
Oh, is it? Who's the German guy?
The King of the Travellers. Are you thinking of T.O. Man?
Maybe. Yeah, I've just seen Tyson T-Bone though.
But he's no longer Tyson T-Bone.
Oh.
He is. He's been WWE'd. He's now just T-Bone.
Oh, for God's sake!
So dream match: T-Bar versus T-Bone.
For God's sake, T-Bone.
I'm sure at one point Nigel McGuinness called him T-Bar, which really made me laugh.
That would be hilarious. T-Bone.
So he's now T-Bone.
And then they're managed by Eddie Dennis, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they are. So that's cool. And then main event was the big grudge match between Ilya Dragonov and Sam Gradwell. Sam Gradwell, has been probably the MVP of NXT UK over the last month. He is just proper S-word talking, Blackpool. Just talks himself into fights constantly.
Yeah.
And I saw him do a few indie shows, and I was never particularly taken with him.
It doesn't have a look.
NXT UK know how to utilise him perfectly. I mean, Ilya still got a win, but 15-minute, pretty good no DQ match. Sam Gradwell's great. Honestly, if you've not seen any of his stuff, even just his backstage segments, they're quite funny.
But when you're up against Ilya, I'm always going to back Ilya.
There's no, and he appeared on WWE's The Bump with members of Blackpool Grime Media. So
really,
yeah, he was on The Bump with he's been filming a documentary with Millie B.
Big G Media. What?
You've not seen this? Millie B, you're on The Bump.
Hold up,
with Sam Gradwell.
When was this?
And they're filming a documentary. About 6 weeks ago, probably.
The Bump. I don't believe that. Right,
don't believe it all you want. Yeah.
I'm going to type in Sam Gradwell. It better come on. Why have also, on my search, I've got the ribbon. They're just Kayla. Don't know why I've searched that. There'll be a reason. I put Braswell. I can't find it.
Can you not find Sam Gradwell and Millie B on The Bump? If you look on his Instagram, you can. At some point you can see.
I'll have to look while you go.
We're filming together.
Have we done all the wrestling?
No, I've got 4 more shows. I'm rattling.
While you do that, I'll look for Sam Gradwell's Instagram.
Cool. So yeah, New Japan Strong. The Regal Twins defeated Adrian Quest and Barrett Brown. If Barrett Brown doesn't win soon, he's getting kicked out of New Japan. That's the thing at the moment. And the Regal twins are wearing these T-shirts that makes it look like they've got like their body covered in tattoos, but the T-shirts, and they're actually just white meat baby faces like Johnny Swigger. It's an interesting look. Hikuleo beat Jordan Clearwater.
Good Hikuleo.
Hikuleo was a pretty meaty man. And then in the main event, I think this was like one of the New Japan Cup USA qualifying matches. Fred Rosser defeated JR Kratos, which was all right. I kind of watched New Japan in a bit of a rush, can't lie. Right, so Ring of Honor 19th anniversary show. So it was 4 hours, but it was really, really good from start to finish. At no point did it drag. So opening match, Brian Johnson defeated Eli Isom, LSG, and Danhausen.
Go on, Danhausen.
We like Danhausen. That was on the pre-show, and then the second pre-show match was Shane Taylor Promotions defending the 6-man belts against Mexi Squad, Bandido, Flamita, and Ray Horace. But then after the match, there was a bit of infighting. So Ray Horace said, on the main card, we're going to have a triple threat, and we're just going to have our, sort out all our issues. So just a casual triple threat between 3 of the best luchadors in the world, sure.
Yeah, just casual.
So as I said, it was all about the Foundation against LFI all night. And because Dragon Lee wasn't, I think he was like ill or injured or something, Kenny King was defending the belt on his behalf. And in the opening match, he lost to Tracy Williams. Tracy Williams is good, but he's just skinny bald man who can wrestle. Yeah.
He's isn't he the one who's been like Ring of Honor for ages?
Yeah. Yeah. Flip Gordon beat Mark Briscoe. Dalton Castle beat Josh Woods, but there's a bit of story with this. So Josh Woods is being paired with Silas Young. Do you know who Silas Young is?
Yes.
He's a manly man.
He's a manly man.
So he's been coaching him and everything. Silas Young says, gives a chair to Josh Woods, tells him to use it behind the referee's back. Josh Woods says no, throws the chair away. And eventually ends up getting beat by Dalton Castle. And then afterwards, Silas Young just turns on him.
Silas.
So that was an alliance that lasted about 2 matches. Sure. Longest match of the night now, Jay Briscoe versus EC3.
Okay.
Went for 21 minutes. And it was there were just like loads of kickouts. If you have not seen EC3, oh my days, is that man jacked.
He's huge in it.
Oh my days. Like, honestly, the definition, particularly in like his quads and stuff. But EC3 lost. Again. So he lost to Moose. He lost in Impact. He lost that fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership for the ROH title. And then he lost his grudge match against Jay Briscoe. What's going on?
I'm guessing they're just not. I don't know. I'm gonna say they're not into him, but it's EC3. He can't be.
But he's so jacked.
I suppose when you got a plethora of talent, it's sort of hard to use all of them.
I guess, yeah. I mean, they shook hands after the match because the whole story of the match was basically EC3 wanted to find out whether Honor was real, and then at the end of it, he realised Honor was real. That's kind of like EC3's thing at the minute. It's a bit like kind of like cliche slogans like "control your narrative" and "free Moose," and it's all right. Bandido won the Mexi Squad triple threat. I have never seen his finisher before, but it is awesome.
Banditos?
Yeah. Have you seen it? It's like
no.
So when like Private Party go for the silly string and someone like flips on the rope and then comes back in.
Yes.
He does that and turns it into a German suplex.
Oh wow.
It's pretty nice. Matt Taven versus Vincent in an unsanctioned match was a no contest because it was basically like they just brawled around backstage, and there was tables set up below, and they were sat on a balcony, and they were both just like slugging it out. And then this really big lad just pushed them both off the balcony and through the table. And then he went downstairs, picked up Vincent, and helped him to the back. And no one knows who the big lad is.
So we have to wait.
You know what?
They've kept you waiting. They've kept you waiting, though.
Yeah, at first I thought it was the Beer City Bruiser, but I haven't watched Ring of Honor long enough to distinguish people yet.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gresham defeated Dak Draper for the ROH Pure title.
Okay.
This was Dak Draper's coming out party. What a performance. Are you familiar with Dak Draper?
Never heard of him.
I reckon he's like 6'3", good-looking bloke.
Let's have a look.
Particularly next to Jonathan Gresham. And
well, if anything, he looked tall. No offense, you always going to look tall. He is 6'5" though, so I can let you off.
6'5". I were really good.
Yeah.
He probably was the highlight of the show.
He was part of WWE.
Was he?
Yeah. He in November 2012, under the name Travis Tyler, defeating Sawyer Fulton. On December 20th, he was defeated by Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, after a team with Trent Beretta.
I don't remember him at all. But
it was just a guy, a squash guy. The Ascension beat him and Cal Bishop. Him and Cal Bishop defeated Baron Corbin and Slate Randall, who was LA Knight.
Slate Randall,
which is an awful name. Which is the awful name in it.
It's NXT though, isn't it? But this was that Draper's definitely one to watch.
Well done to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Tag titles. Red Titus and Tracy Williams defeated Kenny King and Bestia Del Ring. So, at the moment, it's a clean sweep for the Foundation.
Yeah.
I only realised watching it that Bestia Del Ring is Dragon Lee's and Rushi's dad. So that's nice, I guess.
Oh, wow.
It's a bit of a naff name because I imagine it translates to the best in the ring.
Yeah.
Or best of the ring. Right. It's not great. And then the main event, Rush defeated Jay Lethal. So LFI held on to at least one title. Do you know what? Rush's finisher, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. It's a very convoluted name, but I like it.
If it doesn't scream like, do you know when a wrestler hits the move out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Well, when the bull takes the horns.
The commentator shouted as he's setting up for it in the corner because it's just like a corner drop kick. But yeah, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. There were a bit of shenanigans and stuff. So like LFI came out to try and help Rush, and then here comes the Foundation to even the odds. Rush got the win, but LFI continued to beat down Jay Lethal and the Foundation. But then who shows up? It's Brody King, and he says, Brody King, it might be 4v1, but he didn't come alone. He's got his own boys with him. There's a new. It's like the Pinnacle. There's a new faction in Ring of Honor. Who comes out first? It's Tony Deppen. Okay, right, that's pretty average. But then who shows up on the apron to get the jump on LFI? It's Homicide and the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson.
Oh, for God's sake.
I lost my mind seeing the Dirty Daddy. Honestly, because he's not even he's good, but if he's not like a big name, but he's the Dirty Daddy. So
he's your name.
They stood tall at the end of it. Brody King, Tony Deppen, Homicide, and Chris Dickinson.
Strange partnership.
I've got no idea what unites all of those men, but I'm ready to find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, when I just saw him on the apron, it was the biggest I've reacted in a while. So I just didn't know.
For sake. It had to be him, didn't it? You've been so high on him recently.
I know. It's great when I sing someone's praises and they show up in the main event of a pay-per-view. Awesome. And then Ring of Honor TV. The Beer City Bruiser versus Mike Bennett was a no contest.
Okay.
Because,
how's Mike Bennett been?
All right. He's just with Matt Taven again to form the OG,
right.
The OG case.
Yeah.
So Mike Bennett was sort of on top, and then Beer City Bruiser from under the ring got a glass bottle and smashed it on the turnbuckle, and then was ready to bottle Mike Bennett with it. But the referee called it off before he could do it because that could cause literal death.
Yeah, you can't be having that in a wrestling ring.
So that wasn't very Ring of Honor, I thought, to be honest. No contest because of a smashed beer bottle.
Who do they think they are?
And then the main event was a pure wrestling gauntlet match between 6 men. So it was basically just like an exhibition. Highlights included the world famous CB, who is Cheeseburger.
I like Cheeseburger.
He won 2 matches before Wheeler Yuta beat him, and then in the final match, Fred Yehi beat Wheeler Yuta. Neither of them have been on TV for a while.
I say yay.
Yeah, they're both like great wrestlers, but they're just kind of floating in the rings on them. They are Kushida in NXT.
All right. Do you remember? Now this is going to be. I think Amazon Prime did a show, maybe 2-3 years ago, and it was a wrestling show, and I think it was in conjunction with Ring of Honor. I don't know whether it went out on YouTube, but I think it went out on Amazon Prime. And basically, it was like a dojo. In terms of, this is a fever dream I'm pretty confident it was a show, and where basically 2 not jobbers to start off, but 2 lower ranked wrestlers to wrestle this first match on the first episode for the white belt. Then the winner would then proceed to the next belt, and then if he won that, he would get given the yellow belt. And basically, whoever survives till the final match got a shot against the Ring of Honor champion at that time. Oh, while you finish it off.
I do not remember this.
While you finish it off, I'm going to try find it.
No, I need your input for the last show because it's main event.
Go on, I'm here.
Mixed emotions, can't lie. I see Angel Garza taking a loss in the opening contest.
Oh, boo.
But then I see that he's taken the loss to Mansoor. So.
Oh, well, that's just unfair, isn't it?
Putting Mansoor over strong. Like that, innit? It's unfair on Angel Garza. How are you ever meant to beat a guy on like a 60 win streak or whatever it is? And then jacked Humberto Carrillo beat Drew Gulak. He's the real.
Oh yeah, I've got his Humberto's absolutely swallowed it.
So yes, that was all of wrestling. Yeah, Chris Dickinson. That's all you need to know.
The dirty. So I'm genuinely going to find it and I'll send it to you afterwards. I will definitely. It was because I remember because Wheeler Yuta, Aaron Solo was on it. Wheeler Yuta was on it.
Oh, is that why it's come to you? Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah. The name Wheeler. Surprisingly, Wheeler Yuta. Before I move on to SmackDown, though, on my Twitter, it's come up, by the way. Joey Janela's spring break was 4 years ago. You look at some of the people on the cards and you think, Jesus Christ. So you have Joey Janela versus Marty Jannetty. Okay, fair enough. Janela's an AEW's match. Matt Riddle versus Dan Severn. But like it's baby Matt Riddle. You have Ethan Page, Glacier, Dunk the Clown, Invisible Man, Eddie Kingston. You had Andy Williams and Penelope Ford versus Braxton Sutter and Ali.
Andy Williams is Butcher.
Yeah. So you had the Butcher.
Oh, yeah, sorry, they're in a tag match. Yeah.
You had Butcher and Penelope Ford taking on the Blade and the Bunny, which is just weird. Leo Rush versus Keith Lee.
Oh, that's great.
And then Sami Callihan versus KTB, who I don't recognise, but Leo Rush versus Keith Lee.
They were a tag team in WWE at one point.
Were they?
In NXT, they tagged for like 3 matches. Yeah. It was pretty good. I don't know why they sacked it off, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah. Leo Rush has got a hell of a match. I don't know what show it's on, and I need to find out. But he's in GCW. He's facing my boy Jordan Oliver.
Okay.
It isn't like a needle moving match, but it's just 2 guys that I'm like really interested in. And I'm not gonna like specifically go out and buy the show because of it, but I'm just interested because like in GCW, Leo Rush is the Black Heart. And he's got like the face paint and stuff, and it's different to what he's doing in MLW and New Japan Strong.
Okay.
So it's quite different. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, that's it. While I rattle off the boring shows. SmackDown, Daniel Bryan Universal title demand. So it's obviously what happened after Fastlane. Bryan demanded a rematch, but his proposition was from a spear from Edge. Adam Pearce mulled over the decision, and at the end of the night, he granted Bryan a spot on the Universal. Hold up. I just realised, when was Fastlane? Have we not reviewed Fastlane? Hold up, Fastlane 21, that was 21st of March. Yeah, we reviewed. I thought we did. I did go insane then. Basically, Edge just attacked Bryan. He granted a spot. And basically said, Adam Pearce will mull the thing over. Later on, he gave the spot to Bryan, so it becomes a triple threat. Seth Rollins defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in what was a good match. Cesaro then attacks him backstage with a Cesaro swing. Apollo Crews, Otis and Chad Gable defeat Big E and the Street Profits. Sure, it sets up the match between Apollo and Big E for Mania. Bianca Belair defeats Natalya. Fair enough, needs a win. Mysterio defeats Dolph Ziggler. Again, really nothing there. It looks like it's going to be a tag match between them lot at WrestleMania, which is fair enough, I understand. We had a segment, Sami Zayn confronts Kevin Owens and says that Logan Paul is going to be on the show next week. Going to be very interesting to see what that is. Yeah, that match at WrestleMania becomes a triple threat. Bryan versus Edge versus Roman. Going to be a very, very fun match indeed. We'll move on to Raw now.
Oh, I've missed all of SmackDown.
You missed so much.
I've never, genuinely, I think the reason why I ramble about all the other shows that have happened is because I've never felt so indifferent towards main roster programming.
I haven't watched like SmackDown live in a while, and I watched it live because Josh was doing the Champions League tournament and it overran. So I was like, I'll put BT on the side. And so I ended up watching, I was like, you know what, it's better than Raw, but my God, is it slow. Right, we'll go on to Raw. The Hurt Business implode. Why?
Because they were getting too popular and you need to create a new mid-card of evil.
It's just stupid, isn't it?
What happens now? Do Cedric and Shelton just stay teaming? Do they go the separate ways? And Cedric goes to main event and Shelton goes to catering?
Time at home. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'd rather send... If they're not going to do what with Cedric Alexander, getting back to I wouldn't say getting back to 205 Live, but honestly, that show at the moment is so unimportant.
It means nothing, doesn't it?
It's a shame as well, especially when, as I say, you look at the guys that have come there, but yeah, 205 at the minute is yikes. I don't know why they're still doing it.
Yeah, if it means nothing, don't do it. It's all happening on NXT anyway. Sheamus defeats Riddle in a non-title match, which basically means he's got a match at Mania against Sheamus. Braun Strowman defeats Jackson Riker. Sure. Yeah.
I can't imagine watching Raw and it getting off to a start like this and then seeing Jackson Riker versus Braun. But apparently the train noises continue.
Yeah. And also we'll get a steel cage match at Mania. Strowman versus Shane.
Oh, is that what it is? Steel cage?
Yeah.
Do you think Braun's done something wrong and they're punishing him? Or do you genuinely think this is their idea of like a big guy overcoming a bullying story?
Genuinely think this is their idea of the big guy overcoming a bully.
Yeah, okay.
I do think, he gets him all to himself in a steel cage match. What can go wrong?
That is mad.
But surely Raw, you know what? Raw can't get any worse.
Hey, hey, hop, hop.
The world premiere of Hey Hey Hop Hop on the dirt sheet. Now, I sort of like it. Right? I'm not gonna lie. There's part of me that goes, yes, this is great. Then there's also part of me that goes, what the fuck is this? Hello, Kurt, by the way, who's in the chat. I just go, what the fuck is this?
Right. Do you remember about 4 or 5 weeks ago, The Miz is the WWE champion. He's beat Drew McIntyre. He deserves it. He's going to have a reign till SummerSlam. Here he is a month later dressed as a bunny. Why did people ever expect anything else?
I'd like to take back anything I said that I said The Miz can become a great champion.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, honestly, they should have just kept it on Otis. I know you don't like Otis, but...
Yeah. Genuinely. Look, hindsight 2020, yes. Also, did you see the backstage promo between Asuka and Riddle?
I did.
What happened?
I think Riddle just forgot his line and just sacked it off, which I absolutely admire.
The thing is, it works. Poor Asuka, though, because it works into Riddle's character. But poor Asuka was just there smiling.
Why do they do them live? Why can't they just tape them?
Yeah, but there isn't a crowd. You don't have to do them live, guys. But fair play. Lashley defeats Shelton Benjamin. Jesus Christ. I tell you what, I actually kind of like this. So they had game night. And basically between New Day and then Omos and AJ, they played charades. And Xavier was in Kofi, they guessed theirs, and Omos just didn't guess anything that AJ was doing. They played Pictionary. The New Day got theirs right. Omos didn't guess it. And this basically led to a match where Styles and Omos just dominate them. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah. Just seeing Omos become a beast.
It's all right. I think it just looks good in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, probably. But I'm all for Omos getting a bit of shine because I like him. I think he's really good. Alexa Bliss explained the Fiend was just trapped and revealed Randy Orton's fate. Yeah, she predicted the Legend Killer's going to die at WrestleMania. We're going to see a literal murder at WrestleMania. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen.
No, I don't, and I'm not. I'm honestly not bothered. I'm just too over it. They're going to do a Firefly Funhouse, and it'll be really good, and everyone will forget about the crap build.
Oh, 100%. Naomi defeats Shayna Baszler. Sure.
Sure.
Asuka and Rhea Ripley have some tensions, and guess what? Though they get a tag team shot. Why?
I hated this. I don't know why, but the Asuka Rhea Ripley thing really kind of got to me because, all right, Asuka's there. It was the most formulaic. It couldn't have been more formulaic if you'd have tried. Rhea Ripley comes out. She does her full entrance, including, she walks around the side of the ring. She gets up on the apron. She does all the movements and stuff. And it's like, no one acts like that. Just go in and say what you want. And then she's like, I want a match. What was it? I want a match at WrestleMania.
And Asuka accept.
And then Asuka goes, I am a crazy Japanese lady. Oh yes, loads of random noises. I accept.
Oh. And then we're doing the typical thing. We're doing the typical thing of tag teams. How are they gonna get on? Literally 4 days before they wrestle each other at the next pay-per-view.
Oh, it was just it made Rhea Ripley so uncool because it's like they're in a video game and they don't know how to behave like real people.
Yeah. Poor.
Like really grinding my gears.
Drew McIntyre defeated Ricochet, then defeated Ali, and then King Corbin helped lay out Lashley. Tell you what, okay. I'm not a fan of him squashing Ricochet and Ali. I like the Corbin stuff. I like that no one has managed to do it, and Corbin's gone. He didn't say he had to be on Raw, and so he just appears and sneaks attack him. I like it. It's a Corbin thing to do.
Yeah, I mean Ricochet on Raw is good. Isn't Corbin on SmackDown?
Yeah. Right,
okay.
But that's what I like the thing that Lashley never said they had to be from Raw. He just said he wants someone to take him out.
Oh no, because if a SmackDown guy shouldn't be at Raw.
No.
Well, if he scraps the King stuff, that's fine. But and maybe he'll be better as a henchman rather than leading the henchmen. Rather than having like the Dogs of War or the Knights of the Lone Wolf. But it does. It's not what you want in your penultimate Raw before WrestleMania.
No, 100%. But for the main event this week, yeah. By the way, Raw was off. It wasn't good. We've got one more Raw left before WrestleMania. And speaking of WrestleMania, the main event question this week, very simple. What do you think is going to be the sleeper hit of? Because obviously next week we'll do predictions. What do you think is going to be the sleeper hit of Mania? So I've got all the matches if you want to know. We've got Sasha Banks, Bianca. Lashley McIntyre, Bad Bunny The Miz, New Day AJ Omos, Braun Strowman Shane, Cesaro Rollins, Reigns Edge versus Bryan, which could be incredible, Asuka Rhea Ripley, The Fiend Orton, Big E Apollo, KO Sami and Riddle Sheamus. What do you think is going to be like the sleeper match? Like people look back and go, that was a good match. For me, it's that New Day AJ Omos. I think that might not steal the show, but I think people look back and go, that was a really good match.
Probably Cesaro versus Seth, but
yeah,
it's had no build apart from I don't like you. Well, the thing with WWE is they either go all in and they drag it out like Big E and Apollo, where they've had been building for about 3 months and they've had about 6 matches in that time. Or they just do what they're doing with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they just go, "Oh yeah, and here's a match for WrestleMania."
Yeah, I
There's no middle ground. They've been doing The Fiend versus Randy Orton since I don't know, like October or something. But Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, that's like a 2-week build.
A week even, a week or 2 week build.
Yeah,
fair, but I can't sort of shit on it. It's shit house in it. But yeah, not much to go from this week. I mean, next week is busy.
Do you think this WrestleMania, if you were to look at this card, and apart from the fact it's over 2 nights, would you look at it and say that is a WrestleMania card? Or would you look at it and go, that's Money in the Bank or Fastlane? I don't think it looks like a WrestleMania card.
Okay, Sasha Bianca, yes. Lashley McIntyre, yes. Braun Shane, probably because it's a special kind of match. Then the triple threat, yes.
No.
And that's it. I don't think on night 2 there's nothing there that goes.
Night 2 looks weak.
Yeah. They need a special match there. Or they need like the John Cena appearance or something there.
There's too many filler. I mean, I know I say that, and it's like it's the first WrestleMania in ages where there's been, no Undertaker, no Triple H, no Cena.
There's going to be Cena. I don't think there's going to be filler because I think that like KO Sami will be a great match. I think Big E Apollo will be. I think the matches will be good, but I don't think there won't be any like palate cleansers.
Yeah,
but if you look, there's 5 singles matches.
Women's got to have a match.
Yes.
Surely.
I'm still looking at this. On the night 2, there's 5 singles matches that are not special stipulations. They're only some are for the belt, some are for not. And then on night 1, you've got 4 matches that are not stips. So, like, there's going to be a lot of the same match. But it'll be interesting. It definitely will see what happens. But I mean, Mania, not far away at all. Next week is going to be a hectic one. It'll be fun, but very, very busy as well. But that is it. Thank you very much for joining me, Simon. I appreciate it. We've had it feels like a long one, but actually not as long as I thought it was. But it was good. We had a good chat. Interesting where Mania goes because it can either be a really sneaky Mania or it could be awful. It could be awful.
I think it's going to be good because on paper there's a lot of good matches there, and it's in front of fans, and it's just going to be a feel-good thing because WrestleManias tend to be. I don't think it will go too long because it's over 2 nights, and I think everyone will look back and go, "That was great," but the journey to get there, that is not great.
It's not there, but all we can do is hope. So don't forget to join us next week for episode 60, where we will be looking. It would be nothing. It'll be the hype before Mania.
There are 0 shows.
There are 0 shows, but there's a Go Home Raw is the one we've got to look forward to. So surely anything can happen. God, we'll wait and see. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.